श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Yeah, Vijay. Let's chant from 19.
Okay.
यथा दीपो निवातस्थः
यथा दीपो निवतस्तः
नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता
नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता
योगिनो यतचित्तस्य
योगिनो यतचित्तस्य
युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः
युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः
यत्रो परमते चित्तम्
यत्रो परमते चित्तम्
निरुद्धं योगसेवया
निरुद्धं योगसेवया
यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं
यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं
पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति
पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति
सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तत्
सुखम् आत्यन्तिकं यत्तद्
बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियम्
बुद्धिग्राह्यं बुद्धिग्राह्यम्
अतीन्द्रियम्
अतीन्द्रियम्
Veti yatra na chaivayam.
Veti yatra na chaivayam.
Sthitas tattvataha.
Stita- Stitaschalati tatvatah.
Yam labdhva chaparam labham.
Yam labdva chaparam labham.
Manyate nadhikam tataha.
Manyate nadikam tatah.
Yasmin sthito na dukkhena.
Yasmin sthito na dukkhena.
Gurunapi vichalyate.
Gurunapi vichalyate.
Tam vidyat dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga samjnitam. Tam
Tam
vidyat.
vidya tam vidya dukha tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sangitam.
Sanischayena yoktavyah.
Sanishchayena yoktavyah.
Yogo nirvinna chetasa.
Yogo nirvinna chetasa.
Sankalpa prabhavan kaman.
Sankalpa prabhavan kaman.
Tyaktva sarvana sheshataha.
Tyaktva sarvana sheshatah.
Manasaivendriya gramam.
Manasaivendriya gramam.
Viniyamya samantataha.
Viniyamya samantatah.
Shanai shanairuparamit.
Shanai shanai ruparamet.
Buddhya dhriti grihitaya.
Buddhya dhriti grahitaya.
Atma samstham manah kritva.
Atma samstam mana kritva.
Na kinchidapi chintayet.
Na kinchidapi chintayet.
So we did we translate verse number 23? No.
No, we have
Okay.
not translated.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah. So in that last shloka, tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga samjita. So there Krishna is saying, I'm going to redefine yoga. And so let us translate that. So we covered that. So yoga is defined as the dissociation of the association with dukkha. We saw that last time. And then sanischayena yoktavyaha. So that must be pursued. So this must be committed to. Because I am committed to removing my sorrow. That commitment is there. But I don't know how to remove my sorrow. So therefore, Krishna is saying, so continue with that commitment, keep that, and then so get committed to that, and then that yoga, and then nirvinna chetasa, anirvinna chetasa, not nirvinna chetasa. There is an akara there. So with a mind that is committed, that is not discouraged, that is not shaken, that is not perturbed, etc. So let's translate this. We translated number 22, did we? Yeah, 22 was done. So 23 begins like this, dot, dot, dot. May one know that, may one know that dissociation from association with sorrow. May one know that dissociation from association with sorrow, comma, to be what is called as yoga. Full stop. That yoga should be pursued with clarity of purpose. With clarity of purpose, with a mind that is not discouraged. With a mind that is not discouraged. So we saw this, the way Krishna was redefining yoga. And either he was redefining yoga or he's saying, hey, there are many meanings to a word. So don't just get carried away. The word yoga is a very, very consolidated word and a very loaded word. And so we already know 2 or 3 meanings of yoga. One meaning of yoga is discipline. So karma yoga, jnana yoga, all these are there. Another meaning for yoga is what? Topic, right? Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Karma Yogo Nama, Jnana Yogo Nama, Sankhya Yogo Nama. So that yoga there, even though it means that particular discipline, it means the topic of karma. That is the meaning there, topic of karma. So yoga can also mean topic, and here he's giving a different meaning. So in any language, you have words which can mean different things in different contexts, not just in Sanskrit. So suppose I say, okay, time flies like an arrow. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. How many of you understood both statements? Both statements. Okay, only 3 hands are raised. That is not surprising. Why? Because it's meant to be confusing. It's meant to be confusing. I think rest of you are confused. Let me repeat this again. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. Okay. So it's meant to be confusing. Correct. How many more people understood this? Okay, Rameshi and Prasad and Rakmini ji and others are raising their hands. That takes a little time to process that. Why it takes a little time? Because these words don't mean the same thing. This fly and like, right? Time flies like an arrow. Time is flying. So flying as a verb, fly is a verb there, verb. And then like an arrow. Like means some similarity is there. So it's something like a preposition. The word like is a preposition in the first sentence, correct? Time flies like an arrow. And flying is the verb in that sentence. Now, fruit flies like a banana. Suppose I say fruit flies, not fruit flies. Fruit flies like a banana. If I say, then you say, that fly is a noun. In the second sentence, that fly is a noun. It's one of those insects. It is a thing that you see out there. And that's a fruit fly. Okay, fruit fly. And then fruit fly, what do they like? They like a banana. So there it is liking. The like becomes a verb in the second sentence. In the first sentence, it's a preposition. And some of you are still analyzing it and now vigorously shaking your head also. So that's good. And so, like is a verb in the second sentence. Fruit flies like a banana. So you can do wonders with this in any language, really speaking. And so, of course, here it's not that complicated. It's not like a verb becomes a noun, etc. But at least the meaning of the word changes. I just picked that up because long ago I read this two lines, very long ago, 1980s or 1980s. I read this, and so that since then it's stuck in my mind. So I had to release it on you, and and I had to do the arrow. Sometimes you have to throw the arrow on other people. No point in keeping the arrow with us. So that's how it worked. And so here also Krishna is saying, just chill out. And yoga has other meanings also. And so here I'm going to give you another meaning. Okay. And the meaning here is viyoga. It's not association. It is not merging. It is not discipline. It is not topic. It is dissociation. Dissociation. Very interesting. And then, of course, we talked about why this dissociation is needed. And because I seem to be associated, starting with this association with the body, the minute I say I am the body, over, then I'm going to be associated with everything else that comes with the body. Anything that affects the body affects me. So I am subject to disease, I am subject to old age, I am subject to pain, I am subject to this, that, and therefore I am subject to sorrow. And it is that sorrow that I don't want. And so dukkha samyoga viyogam. Okay, this is what we saw last time. Here he's saying he's going to continue. So that yoga, in the sense of yoga, is going to be continued here. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshataha manasaivaindriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. And both 24 and 25 are also connected with that same topic of yoga in the sense of yoga. So, tyaktva, the first verb in the first line is tyaktva, having given up. And having given up what? Sankalpa prabhavan kaman. Kama, given up kama. Kama means, in this case, we saw before kama, the word kama can mean two things, right? One, it can mean desire itself, or it can be the object of desire also. In Sanskrit, it can mean one or the other. Okay. So if I like ice cream, then the desire for ice cream is also kama. Ice cream itself is also called kama. Okay. So here it means desire. It means desire. Okay. And he's saying, what kind of desire is this? Sankalpa prabhavan kama. Okay. Sankalpa prabhavan kama. The kamas that are caused by sankalpas. That is the meaning. Kamas that is caused by sankalpa. Means what? Sankalpa. Sankalpa is just a thought. A thought. A thought that how would be it? I wish I had it. I wish I want. I wish I could get it. Okay. I wish we could have an air conditioner at home. I wish. That's a sankalpa. And the minute a sankalpa is done, then we saw dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. So in one chapter, second chapter long ago, 4 chapters ago, we saw that. And so the minute I have that sankalpa, then if I continue that thought, then the thought keeps coming back to me. And then that sankalpa becomes a kama. I must have it. I wish I have it becomes I must have it. Okay. And the minute I say I must have it, then what? Then I had it. Then I had it. If I say I must have it, then I had it. Why I had it? Because I now begin to start losing sleep also. That is why I had it. And then all kinds of things happen. And so every desire of ours falls in these categories. And either it's a binding desire or a non-binding desire. Binding desire means I must have it. I cannot let go of it. Non-binding desire means what? It would be nice. It still say it would be nice if we have it. Correct? It would be nice. Summers are very difficult. And 2 months we just suffer like anything. So it would be nice to have it. And if we can afford it, we'll have an air conditioner. If not, if not, we've been living like this for many years now. And 30, 40 years we've been living. So we can live a little longer. Nothing wrong. We are not going to die for this. And do something, maybe close the windows and put some 2 years ago, this is what I was thinking. In this apartment, it gets hot, top floor. So I thought they have this this coconut trees, and the leaves, the branches, they fall off from the coconut trees. So often what they do is they just burn it after some time because they don't know where to put it. So I thought I'll get that and put it on the roof, just stack it up, and then pour water on it. A couple of buckets of water, just pour it so that wet, dried leaves are there, and that itself will work. Because somehow what happened when I went upstairs, there is this, it's black in color. They put some tar and other things, so it prevents some leakage. And so this black, the problem with this black thing is it just absorbs heat and it keeps the heat. Refrigerator keeps the things cold. This tar keeps the heat. And so what? It radiates, constantly radiates, and then this room becomes really warm, really warm. So do something different. Do something different. There is a way to work with it, and maybe take a bath one more time in the day. Do something else. So like that we have to survive like that for a couple of months, 3 months. So sankalpa. That is the difference between sankalpa and kama. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman. So those kinds of desires which are born of, which are a product of sankalpa. And so Krishna is apparently indicating, hey, desire is there, but watch the sankalpa also. When you have the sankalpa, that is fine, no problem. You have a sankalpa, but just allow things to be, and then things, see what happens. If you have to get it, to get it. Don't hurt yourself. Get it, but then here he says sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva. So he says those kinds of binding desires tyaktva, having given up, given up binding desires. That means give up the binding is what he says. And how many desires? Sarvan, all desires without exception. Asheshataha, without exception. And this is very tough. Life is making life very tough for us. Sarvan kaman asheshataha tyaktva. Okay. And then what? Then how to do that? He says that next. Manasa eva indriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. Okay, having given up those desires, then he says something else. Indriya gramam viniyamya. Viniyamya is the verb there. Okay, because remember this context is dhyanam. Okay, so giving up all those desires, and then he says viniyamya. So having mastered what? Indriya gramam. Indriya gram. Grama. Gramaha. Gramaha in popular meaning of the word grama, common meaning is village, a small town. It's called a grama. Gramaha. And then so, but here grama means a group, samuhaha. Okay, a group, a jatihi. Okay, so the group of indriyas, your entire group of indriyas, 5 sense organs and 5 organs of actions. We've seen this before. Jnanendriyani and karmendriyani. That is called indriya grama, group of sense organs, group of senses. Indriya gramam viniyamya. Okay. Samantataha viniyamya. Samantataha, completely, properly. well, with having withdrawn and mastered these sense organs. And how do you do it? Manasa eva. First two words, manasa eva. Manasa eva. Okay. So manasa. Where did we see manasa before? Manasa. Okay. So fifth chapter, 13th shloka. Sarvakarmani manasa sanyasyaadhyatma chetasaha. Nirashir nirmamo bhutva. Is that it? Yujyasya vigata jvaraha. Is that what it is? 5:13. Sarvakarmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. So we saw that. Manasa sanyasya. There he says. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasya. Give up all karmas by the mind. That is what he says. Because you can't give it up otherwise. There's no other way of giving up karma. Actions cannot be given up. No human being can give up actions. Okay. Only it is a cognitive. Actions can be given up only by recognizing that I am akarta. I am not an actor to begin with. Atma is not a karta. Actions happen through the body, but Atma is akarta. This is what we saw there. So here, manasa tyaktva viniyamya. Manasa viniyamya. Having mastered all the senses in the seat of meditation. So when the sense organs are withdrawn from all sense objects, so literally also it is true in the sense when one is seated to do dhyanam, then we are not thinking about anything else. We are only going to think about what we are supposed to think about during that time. It's a very willful exercise that you let go. And you can't let go unless you all have a meditative disposition. Correct? During the day, I'm okay. I'm fine. I can meditate. Any time of the day also, I can meditate. That kind of feeling must be there. Then I can sit in the morning and definitely I should be able to meditate. Correct? And so that is what this is. That is what this is. So you must be already meditative in order to meditate. And for that, I can't be carried away by things. And so that is what is being said here. Samantataha viniyamya. And then we'll continue with verse number 25. Shanaihi uparamet. I'll translate it later. And then buddhya dhriti grihitaya atma samstham manah kritva na kinchidapi chintayet. Okay. The last word is chintayet, na kinchit api chintayet. Not thinking of anything else. May you not think of anything else during this meditation. Okay, that is the meaning here. So let's look at this. So this uparama we've seen before, right? Uparama. I think you recognized it. Yeah, few of you recognized. So yatro paramate chittam, etc. We saw that. So niruddham yoga sevaya. We just chanted just a few shlokas ago. So same thing, same word he was using here. Uparamate. So where the mind settles down. Mind settles down in oneself, obviously. And either the mind settles down on some object or mind just settles down in oneself. That is what is uparamet. So yeah. So here, shanaihi uparamet. Shanaihi means all Sanskrit students know this very well. We teach this in the basic Sanskrit class. And shanaihi. All these adjectives, slow, fast, and then tall, short. These are all these things we introduce in our Sanskrit classes. And so shanaihi means slowly. And Why not just Shanaihi slowly? I don't know. We have to find out. Somebody has to research that. Why not? Why Shanaihi slowly? Slowly, slowly, Go slowly, slowly to school, okay? Otherwise, we can get hurt. Cross the road slowly, slowly. So we used to, as kids and all, we used to use that. And in Tamil also, there are these phrases. Maya kotto kottardu. So the rain is pouring, pouring. Rain is pouring, pouring only. This is what we used to say. This is our language, English. Speaking Tamil in English. This is how we used to say. Telugu, Hindi, every word, every language will have. Our Indian language will have. So kottundi, kottundi, something like that we will say. So kottindi, kottindi. Duplicate, double the word. The same thing here also. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Very peculiar usage in our language. Shanaihi, Shanaihi, Uparamet. And then Buddhya. How do you do that? Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya. Okay. Buddhya. Again, Buddhi only. Krishna will not leave this word, Manas and Buddhi. Generally, when it comes to Kama, etc., desire, Buddhi will, Manas will be used. Manas will be used. When it comes to knowledge, when it comes to Viveka, when it comes to processing, thinking, knowing, then Buddhi will be used. Buddhi will be used. So here he is using the word Buddhi. Okay. Previously, Manasa eva Indriya Gramam Niriyamya, he says. Then here, Buddhya. Buddhya Shanaihi Uparamet. Okay. Then Dhriti Grihitaya. What kind of intellect? An intellect that is fortified by Dhriti, courage, that is strengthened with courage and with firmness, with wisdom. We'll see this more, we'll understand this better once we understand the next line, which is Atma Samstam Manah Kritva. Okay. So the popular meaning of Dhriti is courage. Okay. Dhriti is courage, fortitude, they say that. The word is used sometimes. And so that Viveka Buddhi, wisdom, knowledge, a lot of meanings for this word Dhriti. So we'll come back to this later. And and then Atma Samstham Manah Kritva. Manah Kritva. Kritva means having done. Having done what? Manaha Atma Samstham Kritva. The mind is placed in Atma. Mind is placed in Atma. Now this phrase is wide open for interpretation. And we got to really figure it out what this is. Manas, Atma Samstham Manah Kritva. Na kinchidapi chintayat is easy. Na kinchidapi chintayat. We're not thinking of anything else. Not thinking of anything else. That we can understand. But Atma Samstham Manah Kritva. This is where. So thinking of Atma. Placing the mind on Atma. These are all literal translations of this phrase. So we need to spend a little time on this. Atma is always there. And the mind is definitely sustained by Atma only. So I am there first and foremost, then only mind, body, everything comes. So there is no doubt about that. So there is no question of keeping the mind on Atma. Mind is always on Atma. But we also understand Krishna is talking about knowing and knowledge. And so Atma is not understood. The whole pursuit is, hey, who am I? That is a pursuit. The whole text can be called Who Am I? Ramana Maharshi is popular. Who am I? And so who am I? So when who am I is being said, therefore then Atma Samstam Manah Kritva should mean something to us. It is not simply some location, place the mind on the Atma. So Badarani, in fourth chapter, Shankaracharya says, Badarani Kunde Iva. It's not like Kunde in a pot. In a pot. Okay. So last 2-3 days ago, I was at the market and they were, this Deepam, Kartika Deepam was there. So everybody was buying all these lamps, the small clay lamps. I was happy to see a lot of clay lamps and clay objects and all that. This was the time for them to sell it. So they were all there and the market was crowded. So I'm happy they were using clay lamps, not some plastic lamps and this and that. So anyway, so I looked around, I found a pot. I said, I need to buy 2 pots. So I bought 2 pots. And I said, I need pots because, our favorite pot, how we can live without. And so I purchased one small one and a slightly bigger one. So, kunde badarani iva. This is called a kunda, pot, ghataha. Badarani. Badarani means, cherry, yalanda padam. I think badara means yalanda padam. In Tamil, we call it yalanda padam. So, jujubi fruit. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think that's what it is, jujubi. Okay. And so he gives the example. It is not like placing your fruit inside the pot, inside this container, inside this vessel, like that he says. Okay. And so it's not a location, placing one object or another object. Why it is not like that? We know that because no object is separate from Atma. Okay. Okay, no object is separate from Atma. Is pot sitting on clay? Pot is on clay, correct? Pot is in clay, on clay, outside clay, next to clay, under the clay. Where is the pot? What is the relationship between pot and clay? Okay, think about it. Think about it. It is not any one of those in-on type of conjunction. I think it's a conjunction. Maybe not conjunction. It's a preposition. I think in-on is preposition, etc. Right? So I'm forgetting. Yeah. So no preposition will be valid there. And so Shankara is saying, Badare kunde badarani iva. It is not like that. Atma samstam manah kritva. And this Atma, yes, something to do with Atma. I have to think of Atma. Atma has to be meditated on because all life long I've been meditating on so many things. At least for a change in meditation, I should not think about all those things. I should think about the topic at hand here. But then our Kenopanishad is very clear. You know what it says? Yet chakshusha na pashyati. Yena chakshugumsi pashyati. Yet chakshusha na pashyati. That which the eyes do not see. That which cannot be seen by eyes. And that by which the eyes see. Yad vachanabhyuditam. That which the words don't have access to. That which cannot be categorically defined by words. Okay. Yena vagabhyudyate. That by which words emanate, that by which words come. Okay. And then yet shrotrena na shrunoti. That which cannot be heard by the ears. Yet shrotrena shrutam. That yena shrotram idagam shrutam. That by which things are heard. Okay, like this Ganoparishad gives a big list. Then yen manasana manute. That which is not, cannot be thought of by the mind. Yena ahur mano matam. And the wise people say that by which the mind thinks. Okay, this is a list. So which means it is not available for any of my sense organs to grasp, to objectify. The mind cannot objectify it. Okay, like that he says. Kenoparishad. And then the Kenoparishad continues. And I felt like saying this. There's a nice story in the Kenoparishad. Okay, I'll tell you this. Let's read this story. Okay, it's a beautiful. After it says all this, and then in the third or the fourth khanda, this story starts. Okay, a very beautiful story. If you don't know, it's nice. Okay, it will be nice to hear it. Okay, so let's see here. Brahmaha devebhyo vijagye. Brahmaha devebhyo vijagye. Brahma means Brahman. Okay, Brahman, not the Chaturmukha Brahma. Okay, Brahman, this Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. What happened? This Asuras and Devas were fighting with each other, and then there was a war. And then finally, the Devas won. the gods won over the the others, the demons. They gods won over. And then what happened? And the Brahman knew. The Brahman knew that it is because of me that they won. Okay. But then what did these devas do? They were saying, Tasyaha Brahmanaha Vijaye Devaha Amahiyanta. In that victory that was given by Brahman, Brahmanaha Vijaye Devaha Amahiyanta. Devaha were they were enjoying. Okay. They were enjoying. And how did they enjoy? Te aikshanta asmakam eva ayam vijayaha. This victory is ours. This victory is ours. First, you have to win the game. The tennis match is happening, and then finals. Okay, US Open or something, finals. And then the last shot is hit. And then what happens? The rackets are thrown. No more racket needed. Racket is thrown. And then everything starts. Okay, what starts? Then they say, Asmakam eva ayam mahima iti. Now the fame also belongs to me. Because once you win a tennis match, and after that what? After that champagne starts flowing. Champagne and jumping up and down, joy, party, this, that. And then more endorsements come, the Nike and all these airline companies come after you. And like this, the list is endless. These fellows don't have to actually play anything, One final they have to play, that's all over. After that, life is made. There is no need to. I don't know why they work so hard. And but anyway, nothing wrong with working like that. So that's it. Mahima. So first Vijaya, then Mahima comes. Correct? After Vijaya, Mahima comes. And fame means not ordinary. It's just, so that is what. Asmakam ayam mahimeti. These devas were just lost in this victory. Then Tad Deisham Vijagno. Tad Deisham Vijagno. Brahman understood this. This what is happening. They understood. And these gods, they're forgetting the realities, and they've just lost themselves in this thing. So tebhyaha ha pradurbhavuva. So Brahman decided to appear in front of the devas. Brahman appeared in front of the devas as a yaksha. Yaksha is a word that is used in this where some ashariri, one without a body. You hear a voice, but then you don't know where the voice is coming from. That kind of a yaksha. Brahman appeared in the form of a yaksha, and then tanna vyajanata kimidam yakshamiti. And these devas looked around and they saw something amazing, but something is happening, but they couldn't figure out. Tanna vyajanata. They didn't know what was happening. Kimidam yaksham. Who is this yaksha? They didn't know. Okay. Then the story is moving very fast. Okay. All 2-3 words only. Very fast. Story is moving very fast. So te agnim abruvan. Te devaha. Those devas agnim abruvan. Told Agni. They call Agni. Hey, come here. Hey, Jata Veda. That is the word. Te agnim abruvan Jata Veda. Hey, Jata Veda. Jata Veda is Agni. Because there is some Purana where the Vedas are told to have come from Agni. So Jata Veda, the one from whom Vedas have come, is called Jata Veda. So that is called Jata Veda. Okay, so hey Jata Veda, and then Etad Vijanihi, go find out. Vijanihi, find out. Okay, Etad, what? Kim Etad Yakshamit. Who is this Yaksha? Go find out. And then what did Yaksha say? Tatheti. Tatha. He said Tatha. Okay. As you said, I will do. Tatha. I'm karomi. I'll do what you told me to do. So, tad abhyadravat. So he left from there. And then approached this Yaksha. And then tad abhyadravat. Tam abhyavadat. Tam yaksham abhyavadat. He looked at Yaksha and said, no. The Yaksha looked at the approaching Agni, the Agni who was standing in front of the Yaksha, and said, Kosi, Kosi. It's all very cryptic. I told you it's fast moving. So don't think it is a big Ramayana. No Ramayana here. So Kosi, who are you? Kaha asi? Tvam kaha asi? Who are you? Okay, Kositi. And then Agni responds, Agnirva aham asmiti. I am Agni. Okay, I am Agni. Aham asmiti. Abravit. Like that Agni said. Okay. And then Jata Vedava aham asmiti. I'm also called as Jata Veda. Lifting his collar. Do you know who I am? Vedas came from me. Okay. Imagine, you should imagine. I'm not an ordinary guy. You shouldn't be asking me questions like this. I'm just very lenient. And okay, go ahead, ask me a couple of questions. But I'm the one who should be asking you questions. Okay. And so, Jata Veda aham asmi. Then, then this Yaksha says, Tasmin Twai Kim Viryam iti. Tasmin. Okay. In that Jataveda, in that person called Jataveda, which is Twai, in you, that is you, Tasmin Twai Kim Viryam isti. What greatness do you have? Show me your resume. That is what he's saying. Show me your curriculum vitae. Okay. Tell me a little more about yourself. Name and all is not enough. Okay. Anybody can have a name like that. Okay. And these days, all this, our people are all thinking of very, very cute and very nice and names and all that. And these days, you go around in America and India, they have very cute names. So don't think Jataveda and all, it's very old fashioned. Tell me something about yourself. Tas means Tvai Kim Viryamiti. Okay, then. Api idam sarvam daheyam. Idam sarvam. Whatever is there here, api daheyam. I can burn. Everything that is here, I can burn. Okay. Daheyam yadidam prithivyam iti. Whatever is there in this world, prithivyam means jagati. Whatever is there in this world, I can burn. Okay, prithivyam, or on this earth, I can burn. Okay. Then tasmai trinam nidadhau. Tasmai trinam nidadhau. To that Agni who said this, the Yaksha gave a blade of grass. Gave a blade of trinam means blade of grass. Small thing that you pick up, outside. It is there. Trinam nidadhau. Okay. Etad daha. Etad daha. Go burn this. Go burn this. That's what he said. Etad daha iti. Over. Dialogue is over. Okay. Then tad upapreyaya sarva javena. Tad upapreyaya sarva javena. With all gusto, with all energy, he burnt. He attempted to burn this blade of grass. Tanna shashaka could not burn. Could not burn. Dagdum, he could not burn. Tad dagdum na shashaka. Then saha tataha eva nivavrite. He returned from there. Agni did not have this kind of experience before. So he must have got shocked by this experience. And so nivavrite, returned and he did what? Na yeta dashakam vijnatum. I failed to understand who this Yaksha is. Okay. To know. Yad yetad yaksham. Who this Yaksha is, I failed to figure out. That is what Agni reported back to Indra and all the Devas. Okay. Then Atha Vayu Mabruvan. Then Indra called Vayu. Hey Vayu. Vayu. Next, Vayo. Like that he was called. And then like Guru who means Guru. So Vayu who means Vayo. Hey Vayo. Namaste Vayo Tameva. Like that. Pratyaksham Brahmasi. So hey Vayo. Etad vijanihi. Same dialogue. Etad vijanihi. Find out. Kim etad yakshamiti. Find out who this yaksha is. Tatheti. Tatha karomi. I will do as you told me. And then tad abhyadravat. Then tam abhyavadat. Kositi. Kositi. Kahasi. Tam kahasi. Simple Sanskrit sentence. I think Sanskrit students will enjoy this. Kahasi. Very grammatically correct also. Because Upanishad, we don't know. Upanishad has all kinds of licenses also. So you look around and you try to learn Sanskrit from Upanishads. Nothing. Whatever little interest you have in Sanskrit also will go out. So don't say I'm studying Kenopanishad. I'm a new beginner in Sanskrit. I want to study Keno. Don't do that. It won't work. So Kositi Vayur Vahamasmi. I'm Vayu. Okay. Iti Abravit. Like that, Vayu said. Then what? Matarishwa va ahamasmiti. I'm also called Matarishwa. Just in case you don't know me, I'm called Matarishwa. Matarishwa means literal meaning is Matarishwayati. The one that moves around in this Akasha is called Matarishwa. That's the literal meaning of Matarishwa. So that person I am. Okay. So that's the guy I am. Any place I can be at any time. Okay. That's who I am. Okay. Tas means twayi kim viryamiti. What greatness do you have? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me more about yourself. And then api idam sarvam adadiya. I can blow away. I can blow away. What I can blow away? Yad idam prithivyanmiti. Whatever is there on this earth, I can blow away, including the earth also. Okay. Tasmai trinam. Tasmai trinam nidadav. Yetad adatstva. Here the blade of grass. Go, blow this. Tadupapreyaya sarvajavena. With all might, Vayu said, I'm going to blow this. This is just a piece of cake. Tanma shashaka adatum could not blow it. Then Satatayeva Nivivrita came back, went to Indra. Like this, the story continues. Finally, they asked Indra, I think our job is over. Now the boss has to go. So boss went. And boss was not that arrogant. And boss by now realized, this is not an ordinary yaksha. And so, and then slowly, then Parvati, Uma, and all shows her. And then Uma teaches Indra. This Advaita Vedanta is taught to Indra by Parvati, Uma, and then Haimavati, like that, those words are used. Okay. So, why I said this story? Atma is not available for objectification. Atma samstam manah kritva. How we are going to do? How? Not available. So Brahman decided to teach this to these devas. And so this is how our Shastra says. Everywhere it says, this is what it talks about. Drashta, natu, drishyam. Atma is the seer, not the seen. Manta, natu mantavyam. Atma is the thinker, but not the thought. Okay. Vakta, natu vacham. Speaker, but not the spoken. All these words it says. Very beautiful it is. It's not difficult to follow because now that we know what it is. And Taittiriya Upanishad also says that yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan. So yato vacho nivartante. That it seems the words went out and to decide to talk about Atma. And then yato vacho nivartante. They returned, the words returned. Aprapya manasa saha. Without getting Atma. Aprapya. Manasa saha. And the words decided, along with the mind I will go. Because if I go by myself, I may not. That's mind and words. Both went together. Aprapya nivartante. So that's how it is. This is how the Shastram talks about Atma, as we can imagine. So, therefore, how can Atma be an object of Dhyanam? Okay. So that is the question that is being asked here. And then some people will say, and so there's meditation books, it should be very interesting to read by various authors, booklets, books, etc. So everybody has a great time writing these books because you can see the language is different, the ideas are different, everything is different. And you sit in the white heat of meditation, you keep thinking about Atma, then suddenly Atma will reveal itself. You can't argue about these things. What can you argue? We know nothing about all these things. Dhyanam itself is new to us. On top of that, Dhyanam on Atma. and God, this and that. Oh my God, this is, you can't really argue anything. You have to take whatever comes. That's all. You have to take whatever comes. And then one or somebody else will say, you keep meditating on Atma. Then what happens? After some time, Atma will not stand the pressure. Pressure is too much. No, it's like it's like pressure is too much. We all buckle to pressure. We can handle some amount of pressure, but after some time, we can't. So you put the lens and then focus the sunlight on the paper with the lens. After some time, it will start burning. That's it. So like that, Atma will yield. Atma will reveal itself to you. Okay. Keep on meditating on Atma. So like this, there are many, many stories. And but here, the thinker is Atma. The object of thought, having understood everything is Anatma, and then Anatma also ends up being Atma later on. Right? So the thought, the object also is Atma. So the Jnata is Atma. Jnata means the thinker is Atma. The Nyayam, the object, what I'm thinking of is also Atma. Then that knowledge, Jnanam. Jnata, Nyayam, Jnanam. All three are Atma. So where is the question? Everything and everything is Atma. How are you going to think of Atma? As the self, you can't really think about. And I can see myself as Atma. That may be easier to see. But all objects in this world are Atma. And that may be more difficult. So that's why we are studying. That is why we are studying this. This topic is there, very important. So that notion of me being separate from everybody else, okay, is being negated in this shloka. Beautiful shloka. Atma samstham manah kritva. And the best example we give here is of course the dream example. Correct? Dream example. So I dream. When I go to sleep, I dream. Then what happens? Then the dream is real. It's a real world out there. Okay. But then when I wake up, I come to know that the mountain that I saw was nothing but me. There is nothing but me. Mountain is me. And the mountain lion also is me. Okay. Mountain is me. Mountain lion is me. The star is me. Because I saw a lot of stars in a dream, at least in the day. During my real life, I don't have time to see stars and all that. But fortunately, in the dream, I was able to see some stars. Now, where is the time to look at the night sky and enjoy it? Where is the pole star, Dhruva Nakshatra? Look at that. Is that Jupiter or what? This is Mars. Today we are able to see Mars. So many things are going on out there. And so in the dream, I saw the star. That star is also me. And then what? Then what about the rock? I saw the rocks. The rock is also me. The star is me. The rock is me. Then there was a concert. The rock star also is me. The concert is me. The star is me. The rock is me. The rock star is me. Everything is me. What about all the people in the concert who are jumping up and down? It's all me only. It's all me. I thought they were all different. And nothing. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shunicha Ivashwapa Kecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. Somewhere we saw this. And so same thing here also. In the dream, it's all very clear now. Shunichaiva Shwapa Kecha. The dog is also me. The people who hunt dogs is also me. Okay. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Wise people see Atma in all of them. That's how it works. And so this dream example is excellent because if it is possible in dream, in any world, dream world is okay. If it is possible like that, how is it possible? How can I pervade the world? How can I be the world? That dream world gives you the possibility that the entire world can be nothing but Atma, nothing but Brahma. So dream is a very good example. And we'll continue this discussion, a little more to discuss, and how that Atma Samstam Manah Kritva, how it has to be understood. So thanks to our acharyas, what they have done, how they have thought through all these things. And Krishna said and went away. Now somebody else to understand this and tell us. And we can't look up a dictionary and figure out the meaning of these words. And so we are really thankful for Swamiji and Chinmayanandaji and others who just turned it all around for us and made it accessible to us. So we will continue this discussion next class. So we are looking at Shanai Ruparamet Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya Atma Samstam Manah Krutva Nakinchidapi Chintaye. Still talking about that yoga as in the sense of dissociation, yoga and dhyanam, of course, context. And so we'll see that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.